Grocery prices in 2026 are out of control. Hey guys, welcome back to Simple Sacred Home. My name is Paige, and today I wanted to talk to you about how me and my family are cutting our grocery budget in 2026. So I think we all have different pain points in our budgets, those areas, those categories where we constantly either are spending more than we want to, or we just realize how much of our income is going to a specific category. Maybe for you it's groceries, maybe for you it's gas or something completely unrelated. But I think most of us in 2026 are probably looking for ways that we can pull back a little bit. One, because everything is consistently going up, and two, to give us some more margin to be able to save or pay off debt or just have a little bit more room for things that we enjoy and want to do. Groceries have been one of the line items in our budget where I would always create a budget based on what I wanted to spend on groceries, but not actually being realistic. So basically I would come up with a number that I wanted to spend on groceries, and then I would try to fit what we were eating and spending on groceries into that. And month after month after month, I found that we were constantly going over because the reality is it wasn't realistic. It's great to have a budget. It's great to have a number in mind that you want to hit, but you also have to see what are you actually spending? Like before you can address the budget, you have to know what are you realistically spending on food. Now, of course, there might be a plethora of opportunity for us to cut costs here and there and really knock that budget down really quickly. But for other people, maybe you're just being super unrealistic. Like you have such a low budget number and you physically can't get your essentials while sticking in that budget. So I'd say we were somewhere in between. My budget wasn't crazy low, but it was definitely lower than what was doable for just getting our basic essentials. So before we can even really come up with the budget that we want to stick to, we have to take inventory of what we're currently spending. So I took a couple of months and I really consistently was tracking what we ended up spending on groceries. And what I found when I constantly tracked our spending was that we were never hitting the budget that I really like, my dream budget for groceries would be. So what I had to do was I had to see what is my dream budget, like what do I actually want to spend on groceries, what are we actively spending on groceries each month, and then seeing if there is a little bit of a middle ground. So if you're kind of used to just going to the grocery store and putting whatever you want in the cart, not really thinking much of it and just saying, well, this is what we're spending because this is what we get, then it might take you a little bit to really adjust to creating a budget and sticking with it. So that's what I did. I saw what we were spending generally each month, and then I said, okay, this is what I would ideally like to spend. Here is like a middle ground. And so that is what we're going to try to stick to. So obviously there's quite a few different ways that you can try to lower your budget, where you're shopping, how you're shopping, what you're shopping for. All of those can play an impact into the budget. For me personally, I found that doing grocery order pickup has been super helpful because I don't know about you, but for me personally, if I just have a list and I go into the grocery store, there's always something that catches my eye, something new, something shiny, something on sale that I end up wanting to buy that I wouldn't have bought if I had just stayed out of the store and done my shopping online. So I really do like utilizing grocery order pickup. I can see exactly what I'm gonna spend before I hit checkout, and that really is helpful to sticking to the budget as well. The other thing I do is I will go between multiple different stores. I might get a few grocery items at one store, the rest of my groceries at another, depending on if items are on sale at one place or maybe they have a better selection of items at another. I will utilize order pickup at a few different spots if I need to in order to try to stay within my budget. And then also, obviously, what you're buying. So something that we've really been trying to do in our household is become more of an ingredient family. I've talked about that a little bit over the last year or so, But really, rather than buying all of the pre-packaged, processed items, the convenient factor items, now that I'm a stay-at-home mom, I do have a little bit more time where I can focus on making those home cooked meals. And so I'm able to stick to more ingredient-based groceries rather than the pre-packaged convenient items. That really does save a lot of money, and also you can buy some of those items in bulk if you want to, and you're able to save that way as well. And then you have to also look at what is a priority for your family. So some people have a small family unit, but they want the highest quality groceries that they can get within their budget, or they're willing to spend a significant amount on groceries to get the highest quality of items, where other people might have larger families, and so they just have to make their budget work. You have to see what is a priority for you and your family. I think there's definitely a balance there. I think we all desire to feed our families good, high quality foods. I try to get organic, I try to get grass-fed when I can, but not all of our food is organic or grass-fed. I try to stick to like the produce and my meats that way, dairy when I can, and then some of the other stuff I do just end up getting whatever can fit into the budget. And then of course, learning what is essential versus not essential. So obviously you need those core ingredients, those core food items for you and your family to survive and to thrive. But then you have to determine, do you need the extras? Maybe you get one or two extras that aren't necessarily needs, but they're wants. Maybe it's something fun. You want to make a special recipe or a dessert. That's fine. And if you can fit it into the budget, great. But maybe you're somebody who typically just throws anything that you want in the cart. This is a great opportunity to say, okay, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should stick to the things that we truly need, and then here and there throw in a special treat. So of course, with all that being said, there's definitely multiple options and ways to cut your budget down. For me, what we're focusing on right now is the dream goal that's unrealistic for 2026 of what I would like to spend per week on groceries. Then there's the number that we were consistently spending on groceries month after month. And I took it from that number down $25 per week. So if I stick to the budget in the course of a month, I will spend $100 less on groceries, which I'm calling a win. That's an extra $100 that we can allocate somewhere else in the budget, which is great. And then maybe after doing that for several months, if it feels doable, if we're consistently able to stick to that, as I get more comfortable with creating more from scratch recipes and things like that, maybe I'm able to bring it down even a little bit more. And let's head out to the store to grab our order pickups, and then we'll be back to share what I got this week. Okay, so we just got to Target. We're picking up our first of 2 grocery orders. At Target, I just get specific baby food pouches because they're organic and I like to have them for if we're on the go. So I get those here, and then I also did get the paper towel here because we needed paper towels. So paper towel I don't put in our grocery budget. I have a separate household category, but I get my paper towel here, and also like our cleaning wipes. So those were on sale here, so I got them from here. So we're gonna wait for that, and then we'll go get our groceries. Okay, so we just got back from picking up our groceries, and I wanted to share with you guys what I got. Paper towel. I like to get these 7th generation multi-purpose cleaning wipes, so I got those. And then we needed aluminum foil. I forgot I grabbed that. And these are the Happy Baby Organics pouches. They're all organic ingredients, and I like to get the ones that have veggies that we don't necessarily cook all the time. So like zucchini, kale. These are ones that aren't like super in our rotation, so it's a great way for her to get the flavors. And they're convenient for if we're on the go, like going to church or wherever, if we're gonna be out for a while, to have a snack like this. I got 2 packs of these original Lemonade True Lemon drink packets. I have been obsessed with these during this pregnancy. For some reason, this pregnancy, I'm having a really hard time just drinking plain water. I never struggle with that, but I think because I drink my electrolytes every morning, which has a flavor to it, then the rest of the day, I just want something with flavor. So I got 2 packs of these because they've been out at the grocery store. And so I grabbed 2 packs in case they're still out at the grocery store next week. Usually I just get 1 pack of those. I wanted to make sure I had those on hand. Organic blueberries, green grapes, eggs. These are a staple every week. Most of these items are every week staples. Almond milks. This is for my husband, but sometimes I use it like in baking, but he can't have dairy, so almond milk. Red potatoes, some hamburger buns because I got ground beef, and so I'm gonna make hamburgers this week. And then also a loaf of whole wheat bread. These are 2 things. You guys know that I make bread. I do sourdough, and I also do like a regular yeast loaf, but I have not mastered sandwich loaves, and I haven't even attempted hamburger buns. So that's something I would really like to do, because obviously that would save us a little extra money, because like the bread is something that we get every single week because my husband likes sandwiches, and I haven't nailed a sandwich recipe. If you have any great recipes for sandwich loaves, let me know. I also got this organic strawberry jelly fruit spread. So I've never tried this brand, so I'm excited to try that. Got 3 of these milks for the baby. I also got some roasted garlic hummus and a small bag of broccoli, baby carrots to go with my hummus, some Caesar salad, strawberries. I was looking at these ones look good. Last week I had to do a refund because I got moldy strawberries. So that's the only downside about doing a order pickup, is that every once in a while you get some not good stuff, but they're really good about refunding it. I decided to get this Ragu Simply Traditional tomato sauce. It has no sugar added, and it has very minimal ingredients. Tomato puree, onions, olive oil, salt, garlic, basil, and oregano. Normally we would just get Prego, but the baby does like pasta, which is fun. But I wanted something with cleaner ingredients, and I feel a lot better about that. So got some onions. These are a staple every week in our house. Also got some bananas, more peanut butter and jelly. This is specifically for my husband. I'm also gonna be doing meatballs this week, so we got some breadcrumbs, some fine sea salt for baking, and also I want to try it in my coffee because I heard putting a little bit of sea salt helps with the bitterness of the espresso, so I'm interested to try that. And then this is my all-time favorite peanut butter for like a clean option, and this was one of the ones recommended. It's Smucker's natural peanut butter. It's literally just peanuts and salt, and I've tried a few that either the texture is really gross or they just don't taste very good, especially if you're used to having peanut butter that has extra stuff in it. But this one's actually really good. I like the texture, and it's one that I could just eat like with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or peanut butter toast, and so me and baby like this one. The next 2 items could have been avoided. I didn't need them, but I do love a good snack, and so I decided to get these roasted and salted whole cashews. So rather than having a bunch of processed stuff, still thought this was a better option. Just have a handful of these, and this was definitely unnecessary. But I do like my chocolate, and so I got this Lindt milk chocolate bar, and I can just break off a square and have that with some cashews, and that will definitely curb my sweet tooth when I want something sweet. And then the one like really processed thing I guess that we get is Cheerios. I would love to find a cleaner option to Cheerios, so if you know of one, let me know. But these are a staple currently in our house for everybody, so that's what we get. And then this week we're doing all ground beef, so we got a pack of 3 ground beef, and I will freeze them, keep one out, cook that. We'll have organic meat for the week. Okay, and then I almost forgot to show you guys, this is the Orgain protein powder. This is plant-based, so my husband can have it, I can have it. It is one of the ones that is considered pregnancy safe. Yeah, I've used this breastfeeding, while pregnant, while not pregnant. I actually do have a discount code with them, so if you are interested, I will link that down below in the description and here on the screen. Yeah, I just buy it at the grocery store. Super easy, but if you want to order it online, you can get a little bit of a discount, which is fun. This is also the perfect time if you need to clean out your fridge. I actually really do need to clean out my freezer, but I'm going to be doing that soon as I start preparing some postpartum freezer meals. I'm not going to worry about the freezer right now, but I did go through, take out some things that were in the fridge that just needed to get discarded. and just wipe things down. I do a deeper clean of the fridge on my deep clean of my kitchen day, but this is a great time to just wipe things down, clear out things that don't need to be in there anymore. This is also the perfect time to vacuum out my cabinet here, basket that I keep like bread and onions in, but obviously the onions get all, I should really have a bowl instead of a basket so that the onion peels wouldn't shed everywhere, but they end up getting all over the cabinet. So I just go through, clean that out really quick, and I've needed to do it and I haven't, so we'll do that really quick. And then I like to wash all my produce, so we're gonna do that as well so that it's fresh and ready to go for the whole week. We don't have to worry about washing anything. We can just grab it with our meals or as a snack and it's good to go. So I would love to know your best budgeting tips in the comments down below. And if you feel comfortable sharing, I would love to know in the comments how big your family is and how much you spend weekly on groceries. Also, if you have any great, affordable, budget-friendly meal ideas and recipes, let me know those down below as well.